Let's talk about some guys that are still working on their college basketball game, trying to make it to the pros, jumping into college hoops now. We have some interesting games to look at, Brett. Before we get into our Power 5 games, I do want to talk about a West Coast game that I like, and there's just a very brief point about it because it's super simple and easy. Gonzaga, the number one team in the nation, travels to go face Pacific. These two teams played each other on January 23rd, and Gonzaga won 95 to 49. That is a 46-point difference. This spread is only 22.5 points. I don't think Pacific is going to magically find 24 points to cover in this one. Gonzaga wins. They cover minus 22.5. Pretty easy call to me.
Yeah, you don't think they have a 24-point swing in them in this one?
I don't think so. Not this time.
Alright, maybe next time.
Maybe next time.
I'll stay out in the West Coast, though, Higgins. We'll go a little bit east of wherever that game's being played, whether it's in Washington or California. We'll go to Utah for this one, Higgins. Arizona's also traveling to Utah to play the Utes. And Zona minus 1.5 in this one. I'll take Zona. They're the better team in this one. So I'll take them to win by a bucket. No problem.
Yeah, minus 1.5. You're not really risking too much taking the spread over the money line, which is at minus 124. If I were on that game, I'd probably do the exact same thing.
Yeah, that's what it is. I honestly, Higgins, I'm just taking the better team this time. Last time I tried to get cute and I took Duke, I was like, oh, Duke's hot, Duke's this, Duke's that, the other team's a mess. Well, the team with the better record won. And in this one, I'm just taking the team with the better record.
Sometimes it is smart to just follow the anagram KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
Exactly.
One more college basketball game, and honestly, this is going to be the game of the night on Thursday in college hoops. Ohio State travels to face Iowa, the Buckeyes versus the Hawkeyes. One of these eyes is going to get a W, though, and I think it's going to be the home team. I think Iowa is going to win, and not only that, they're going to cover minus 5.5, and it's basically just because Luka Garza is on Iowa's team, and I don't think Ohio State has anyone that can really match up to this man. He has been on a tear. Now, both of these teams have nearly identical records and nearly identical records against the spread. They're both 10-7 against the spread, and their records are 13-4 and 14-4, respectively, between Iowa and Ohio State. So I think this is going to be a very good game. I wouldn't be surprised if this spread comes down to potentially fouls at the end of the game where Iowa has a slight lead and if they make their free throws, they cover. If they don't, Ohio State covers. But I think that's going to be a fantastic game to watch between two top 10 opponents. I told you the Big Ten's always entertaining when we were going through Moneyline Magic, and I fully expect it will again on Thursday night.
Yeah, I think we'll have another great game in the Big Ten. I think you're right, Higgins. And yeah, I like Iowa at home as well. I think I'd probably like Ohio State if they were the home team. I think that's kind of how this one's gonna go. It'll be back and forth, and a few bounces, maybe a good call for the home team turns it that way, right?
Absolutely. I think that's exactly right. That over-under at 158.5 also, I think, just points to how entertaining this game's going to be. It's going to be a high-scoring game. There's going to be lots of offense. It's going to be very fast-paced. That Gonzaga over-under at 151.5, that's just entirely dependent on how much Pacific can score, because Gonzaga can put up 90 rather easily without a lot of effort. Can the Pacific score enough on Gonzaga, though, to hit that over-under? I'm not sure. Over-unders, they've been interesting in college basketball this year, Brett. You and I have talked about this a few times off air. It seems like there's a lot of unders that are hitting until we actually take the under and then the over hits. So I've been staying away from them a lot on the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I have not been tracking it, to be quite honest, but it just feels like you get a text from a friend here or there. It's like, oh, I was on this over, it lost, or oh, I was on this over and it lost, and I'm like, huh. Feels like a lot of people are sending me this over lost last night, and it's not always the same night either. It's like someone sends it on Monday and a different person on Tuesday, and so you're like, maybe the unders are coming in. So I don't know if it's a real trend or just kind of, hey, my friends all bet terrible over unders.
Life's too short to bet the under.
There you go. That seems fair too.
I think Big Cat said that. I think wise Big Cat
I
said
like
that.
that. That's a good take.